a lot of the times, people talk, say they're going to make the changes, but nothing gets done. I think you have to be out there in the community to make the changes, to do the small things, even if it's just work, supporting them, in the courts. It's just something that it's the small things that count. I think how I see that I can help is just by becoming a criminal defence lawyer and helping Aboriginal people that are part of the system. There's not enough legal support for Aboriginal people. There's the amount of Aboriginal people that are in jail at the moment, that are incarcerated. There's not enough programs out there, rehabilitation programs. A lot of Aboriginal people just become part of the system, and it perpetuates it just keeps going and going. And issues of institutionalisation, it's what they know. They're not going to change their life around anytime soon. It's just going to be reoffending, recidivism, these issues.
We're recording. Do you want to just tell me your name, where you're from?
My name is Jai William Rose, and I grew up in Rockdale.
So what inspired you to become a lawyer?
Well, since high school, I always had an interest in law, but I never had the grades. After finishing school, I thought I was sort of in and out of different jobs, didn't really have any direction, and I thought I'd give study a go. And I ended up completing a Bachelor of Arts degree, and then went on to start a law degree, and I almost finished it. I didn't lead into the question then, did I? I get told a lot that, what do you do for a living? And when I tell them that I'm studying to be a lawyer, they're basically sort of taken back and like, what? Surprised that I'm studying law and becoming a lawyer, because I guess having tattoos and I don't know, I guess it's where I grew up. Not many people expect somebody from that upbringing to become a lawyer. Certainly my friends are surprised that I'm studying law and doing well, in fact. But yeah, this is what I want to do, and I'm slowly getting there.
What's your attitude towards police now that you're part of the legal system?
My attitude towards police, I'm not very fond of the whole legal. I'm not very fond of the criminal justice system itself. I think that I don't want to say anything that's because there's Aboriginal police out there.
Oh yeah, yeah, of course.
I'll be honest, I'm not too fond of police. I don't like them.
Oh yeah. I mean, all you could really say.
Look, the police are there and they've got a job to do. I could just say that. Something like they're there, they've got a job to do, but unfortunately, there's not enough legal support for Aboriginal people. There's the amount of Aboriginal people that are in jail at the moment, that are incarcerated. There's not enough programs out there, rehabilitation programs. A lot of Aboriginal people just become part of the system, and it perpetuates it. It just keeps going and going, and issues of institutionalization. It's what they know. They're not gonna change their life around anytime soon. It's just going to be reoffending recidivism. These issues.
But for a younger generation, there's a chance.
The way the statistics are going at the moment, it's hard to say. There's hard to say what the future holds for Aboriginal people. I mean, there's still a lot of issues that need to be addressed in terms of education, in terms of employment, in terms of domestic violence, in terms of community support. There's all these factors that need to be addressed. And I don't think the government policies and legislation is helping too much. There's talk of there's the current issue of constitutional reform. Maybe this is an opportunity for the relationship to be for the relationship to change, to be reset. So it's something that I guess you just have to play it by ear, see how it goes.
Would you want to have any kind of influence on that?
Okay. The only how I see help, like how I see that I can help is just by becoming a criminal defence lawyer and helping Aboriginal people that are part of the system. I can't see myself in areas of politics or whatnot, because I just think a lot of the times people talk, say they're going to make the changes, but nothing gets done. I think you have to be out there in the community to make the changes, to do the small things, even if it's just work, supporting them, in the courts. It's just something that it's the small things that count. I think that make the difference.
Yeah. One small voice at a time.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's
so
it.
Everyone's important.
I don't think you need to do big things. And I think it's, as I said, it's just these small things that make the difference. If everybody does their bit, it makes up for the big picture. So it builds the community together. Everybody doing their part. Whatever area it is, whether it be being a teacher or being a doctor or being a community worker, you're all doing your bit to help out.
So I could be laying bricks one day, but then I could go into my community and do something really positive. Yeah, it's the small things that make the difference. It doesn't matter what job you got, as long as you're doing your bit to, doing a bit for your family. I think that makes a difference. Good. Positive. Yeah. All right. What do you reckon?
I don't know if you can take anything. Look, if you can't take anything like that, maybe next time I'll be a bit more fresher at the gym or something.
Yeah, absolutely.
For Aboriginal people, it's critical for Aboriginal people to break out of this cycle of disadvantage, in order to become more self-determined. Education is definitely an area which helped me break out of certain negative patterns in my life. It's I believe I don't know.
What do you think these patterns exist for?
A lot of these patterns exist because Aboriginal people have. I shouldn't say that. I've got to be careful with what I say and not be too general for Aboriginal people.
Yeah.
So.
We're going down a path there where it's been,
Like I'll be honest. I'm not the type that talks a lot of academic. You know what I mean? That's just how I am. Like I can't.
I guess.
That's just part of who I am. So I've just got to talk how I talk, but not to say that I can't sort of when that time comes when I'm at court or whatnot. Because I've spoken in front of classes and I've gotten distinctions and stuff. But it's just how I talk. I can't talk like a. You know what I mean? Like you know how these political
Yeah.
represents and talk about statistics and talk about. I can't do that. I just sort of talk as I talk.
Well, this is what's going to make this different.
Yeah.
You know? So you've got to be yourself.
Yeah. So and that's what I mean. Sometimes I'm very to the point and brief. If I say okay, well I'd like to work in that area. Yeah, I'd like to work in that area. Seems interesting. That seems like what I want to do. I can't go too in depth into things. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's just hard for me.
So you've got to say it in your own way, and we'll find what
Yeah.
that's going to be.
Okay.
Yeah, you already know. So you don't have to worry about doing it for the camera.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just
Okay.
got to do it how you would do it.
Okay. I understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about the tattoos.
Okay. I started getting tattoos as a way of, I guess you could say, defining myself. I was always, growing up, I was always sort of, I was always in between worlds. I was, being Aboriginal, Scottish, and Chinese. I felt I never really fit into any mould or any part of society. So I always had issues of identity. I started to get tattoos as a way of, I guess, becoming proud of myself and proud of my past and proud of who I am. And it's definitely helped me with just with myself as a person.
Touch the end. Just tell us about what was the first one? What was it?
Okay. My first tattoo was my sleeve, and it was I guess something I put a lot of thought into. It represents my Asian background, and it also symbolises my family, protection, and it's something that's very important to me, something that I'll never change. So that's why I got it. I've got a koi fish, and in Asian culture that represents overcoming adversity, and that's something I've definitely had to deal with in my life, is overcoming a lot of adversity. I've got 3 flowers, peonies, which represent my family, and I've also got a tiger that's crawling on my chest as a symbol of protection. I've got a large back piece. It represents my grandmother that passed away. She was very important in my life, and I thought I would do my back piece as a way of honouring her and remembering her.
Why was she?
Growing up, I grew up without a father, and it was just my mother and my grandmother and my sister. And I just remember my grandmother was always there for me. She always used to pick me up from school and take me to shopping centres, and she was a very big part of my life. And it was very hard when she passed away as well. I won't say that. Cut that out. I won't say that. that bit out. But yeah, my grandmother was very important to me. She was a very big part of my life, especially growing up without a father. She definitely was there to support me.
My grandmother kind of knew what I wanted before I knew that I wanted it, like what I needed. much material things,
Yeah,
but emotionally.
yeah, I get you.
Yeah.
My grandmother was always supportive of me with everything that I did in my life. She um, was there for when I was sick. She always was there when I was going through hard times. Yeah, so
Did she kind of know that you could be more than what you were at the time?
my grandma was more. She was more there. She was there for me more. I guess just how a grandmother should be. You know what I mean? Just making the cookies, making making fudge, taking you to the shopping centre, and you know, and just spending time with her, or taking to the park. She was just always there. She was always there because my mum had to basically work 2 jobs, and she was there to pick us up from school. Spend time with us. We always used to just spend nights just watching television with her, and they're good memories. Good memories.
Kind of enough of it. See, now with computers, everyone just goes into their different rooms.
Yeah.
The TV used to be bad,
Yeah.
but it's not as bad as
That's not
as what's happening now.
Yeah.
All right. What's the reaction when people see you in court?
There was an incident. Okay, there was a. Okay, I see. How do I frame this? This is the one that you're supposed to frame probably. I did some legal work experience not long ago, and it's very interesting. It was based out of Blacktown, so you get quite a diverse base clientele. A couple of matters that I was lucky enough to attend, and it's a different experience when you attend the court, as a legal representative. You get a lot of different looks. A lot of the times I was getting the feeling that I was being looked at like, oh, what's this guy done? What's this person done? But a lot of the times they'll be surprised when I'm I guess supporting the solicitor that I was doing the work experience for, and I was getting like, they'd look at me and say, well, hang on a sec. I'd always get that. I don't know how to frame it in an answer, but I was always sort of getting that look and saying, oh,
That's pretty typical, isn't it?
Yeah. A lot of times, a lot of the guys that attend court are young, or men that are attending on domestic violence, or they rock up the court in suits and that to make out that they're good people, but they're trying to get off an accusation or a charge, or trying to get off an AVO. So yeah.